Hello. Okay. So you might be at the point where you've got your oils and now you're wondering, what do I do with them? Or you might be waiting for them to arrive. So the point of this presentation is to support you so you feel comfortable and empowered with knowing exactly how to use your oils. Now, you may have gotten this kit or another enrollment kit. This is one of the popular kits because it does come with a diffuser, and it's the Healthy Essentials kit. And if you're wondering how to use an oil, what's really cool is that doTERRA has an entire free education system right on their website. So for example, if you're wondering how to use adaptive or balance, you can go right onto the website and type in the name of the oil, and you will, in front of you, have an immediate source of education on the benefits of the oil and how to use it. We're going to go through this presentation so you know a little bit more about some of the ins and outs of using your oils. And what's really cool with doTERRA is that you're going to get a 15 to 30 minute personalized health consult so that we can connect a little bit further. If you're not working with me privately, that is offered so that you feel a little bit more comfortable using your oils. If you are already a private client of mine, then you know you're going to get an entire year of support. And if you're someone who's curious to know more about my private coaching program, you can certainly reach out to me. If you are watching this program or this presentation because somebody else enrolled you, they can support you best, and you should definitely be reaching out to them directly, okay? You also, when you enrolled, received an email from me with a free ebook that is going to give you some really helpful tips and tricks on how to integrate your oils into your daily life. So if you haven't looked at that ebook yet, when you're done with this presentation, you can definitely put your 11 arms around it. Okay, so open those bottles. Fabulous. And in your package, you received a whole sheet or two of these incredible stickers. These go right on the caps of your bottles to make it easier for you to find what you're looking for without having to look at the side of the bottles. So you can keep them organized. If you got one of the bigger kits, it comes with a wooden box. You can also order a little box for the oils and build your collection that way so they're nice and neat. And you want to put your oils where you're going to use them. I have oils all over my kitchen and my bathrooms, in my massage room. I have them here in my living room. So whenever you see me doing a webinar, you see my diffuser going behind me. And make sure that you're putting them in places where you have easy access. You want to get your rollers and maybe put them in your purse or your jacket or your briefcase for the days when you're not going to be at home. And you can also add this list of stickers, these sheets of stickers, to your wish list. If you want to have extras, they're only 50 cents for the entire A through Z. Then, for empowering you and making sure you feel comfortable troubleshooting anything that might come up that's unexpected, you're going to want to have some of the different books that we use as resources. And now, if you're working with me and anyone on my team, you know that there's a way for you to get these resources for free. And that's by doing a free trial in the rewards program, which we're going to also highlight and go through today. Okay. Our goal is to make you feel as loved up as possible and as comfortable as possible with knowing how to use your oils and troubleshooting anything so you can feel like a healer in your own home. The first book you see there is the Modern Essentials, and that's the book that we are going to be using. So if you ever have something medical come up, any kind of medical or physical ailment, if you have an upset belly, if you have head tension, if you have some kind of rash on your skin, you're going to look at the back of the book, and everything's listed alphabetically, and then it will tell you the oils that you can work with. That Modern Essentials book is easy to get if you don't want to get it for free. You can certainly get it on aromatools.com. It has an app version, which you're going to probably love to have handy on your phone. And then the Essential Basics book is another book that you could get as a gift, either or. And that book on the bottom right is a great book for people who love to do DIY. It has a lot of recipes and tips in there. And then one of my other favorite books is the Emotions and Essential Oils book. And that's the book that we're going to use to troubleshoot our emotional well-being. We've got about 400 different emotions listed in the back, and you can look up an emotion that you want to either elicit or one that you want to erase out. Maybe you want to move past feeling manipulated or being mad and you want to feel more loved, or maybe you want to feel a little bit more gentle in your daily activities. Okay, and not pictured here is a great book for the mamas to be out there, Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies. So if you're considering expanding your family, we've got oils for you. And then we also have an incredible Facebook group, which is the Essential Alchemists. And it's probably hard to find on Facebook, but typically right when you're enrolled, we will invite you to the group. If you're not yet part of our group, please request from the person who enrolled you to be added, because we have an incredible community there. We do a lot of ongoing free education, webinars, we do giveaways, and it's an incredible community of like-minded individuals with a lot of diverse backgrounds professionally, which means you get your cup really poured into, from Reiki practitioners to yogis to medical practitioners, stay-at-home moms, full-time moms, and a host of other incredible people that do some really unique work, and you should be part of. Okay, so oils are plants. This is where I get excited. As you know, I love a good big salad. So if you can think about your oils just like a big salad, the difference is that these oils are a microscopic aromatic liquid form of a salad, right? So it's just like your nutrition in a bottle in a concentrated version. And what's really awesome about oils is that one oil has so many uses. And one problem can typically be addressed by many different oils, but you can also address one problem or many different problems with one oil, right? So our goal is to make sure you don't feel like you're getting overwhelmed. If something that you thought would work for an ailment you had, such as maybe you had some kind of digestive upset, but you really don't like the taste of black licorice, which is how the Digest Zen sort of tastes because of the fennel and the anise in there, do not worry. First of all, if you hired a personal trainer and they asked you to do a certain routine or exercise and it didn't feel right in your body, they would adjust it for you or modify it for you, just like your yoga teacher. So we're going to modify the use or modify the choice that you have. Make sure you know that you can use something else. Maybe you're going to use peppermint. Maybe you're going to use fennel. Maybe you're going to try cardamom, or maybe you're going to use lemon. We'll make sure that you know exactly what your options are. Or if you're personally a little bit more driven and a natural born leader and you have the Modern Essentials book or app, you can just open that up and look for those options right there. And now we're going to talk about a bunch of things. What do you need to know about oil safety? Is there anything that you should not mix together? How exactly do I use my oils? Joyce, or whoever may invited you to learn more about them. And what happens when you run out of On Guard, your favorite immune booster? How do you reorder? So we're going to go through those one by one for you right now. So the power of diffusing, you know, what you smell changes how you feel. And the quality of the oils is very important because what you breathe is as crucial as what you eat. So when you're using your diffuser, you always want to fill it right to the water line. There's a little red circle inside of your diffuser typically, and you just want to fill it right to that line. Anywhere is between 4 to 10 drops in your diffuser, depending on the size of the room. And I always tell people to start on the lower end and build up because it's just easier. And these oils are so potent, different than any other oils you've probably worked with. And if you've not worked with oils ever before, well, then they're still potent. And it's easy if you start with a small amount and then you increase. If you have any pets at home, let us know. We also have a separate tutorial and webinar on how to use oil safely at home for pets. At least if you're going to be diffusing right away without seeing that webinar, the best thing to do is leave the door of the room open so that if the scent is a little too strong for the animal, which is because they have a stronger sense of smell, they can leave or vacate the room and go to somewhere where the aromatic constituents are a little less potent. And I keep a carafe near my diffusers in case those diffusers are in rooms that are not near sinks. And it just makes it easier to always have water at your bedside or wherever the diffuser might be, in your office or wherever, so that you can keep the frequency, the consistency, and the results flowing. One of the easiest ways to improve our well-being is during the sleep hours because, well, it's our subconscious hours. There's a lot of hours going there, and we're detoxifying the body on a very deep cellular level. So you want to make sure that you're always diffusing at sleep time. You also want to clean your diffuser about once to twice a month. Okay, and you're just going to put in about a teaspoon of some white vinegar and fill it with water and then run the diffuser for a few hours. Or you can just put in a couple of drops of your lemon oil. Those are the two easiest ways to clean it. And take a little Q-tip and wipe around some of the crevices and get out any residue that might be in there. Don't use any soap in your diffuser. Here's some great diffuser blends for immunity. I love these options. So the first one is a great option for regular daily use. You've got your On Guard, which is one of doTERRA's blends for protecting our immune system, some lemon and some melaleuca. That's a great daily blend. The second option is what you would want to use if you felt like something was coming on. You've got that back up in the throat a little bit. You've got some tickling going on. You've got that sensation of a little bit of a sore throat. Maybe you've got a little post-nasal drip kicking in. The reason you would want to use this particular blend with the lemon On Guard and the oregano is because the oregano is a really powerful immune booster. Probably not going to want to diffuse that all the time because of the oregano. It's a little strong, but it's a great one to use when you feel like you're coming down with something. And then the third option is great for boosting your energy, maybe midday. You've got your On Guard, your lemon, and your peppermint for opening up your sinus cavity and giving you a little bit of extra energy. These are recommended dosages with the drops. You can start with a little less than 2 or 4 or 3 drops if you prefer, if you have a strong sense of smell, and you can increase if you have a sizable room. Use your intuition wisely. Okay, Citrus Bliss. This is our Instant Happy blend that doTERRA has created. If you love the idea of what it smells like if you were, say, eating a creamsicle back in those days when the Good Humor truck was running around. I don't know, this always reminds me of that. This is an incredible infusion of different citrus oils with a little bit of vanilla bean. This is not one of the edibles, one of the internal use oils, but it's definitely a favorite diffuser blend of mine, and I'm sure it's going to become a fast favorite of yours. You can actually add some other oils to that if you want. If you'd like to have a little bit more grounding effect, you can use some of your tree oils like Douglas fir or Siberian fir, or even a little bit of balance. This is a really great diffuser blend to feel clean and fresh. This is going to reach the respiratory tract. You can use 3 drops of each in your diffuser. It's your On Guard and your Breathe. Really powerful blends right there. Smells amazing, really great for sleep time. Also during the day. Okay, do you suffer with any kind of seasonal threats? You are going to love the effects of diffusing lemon, lavender, and peppermint. These are the 3 oils that also make up a soft gel that doTERRA has made, which is called Tri-Ease, which I use on occasion, being here in the desert of Phoenix. Sometimes the dust becomes a little much. I also will use the Tri-Ease soft gels about 30 minutes before I might go to a friend's house who has a cat or a shedding dog because I don't respond well to the fur. And the diffusing blend is wonderful. If you want to make it DIY, you can just grab a veggie cap. And if you didn't order veggie caps in your enrollment order, then you can definitely add them to your wish list. And these caps have these, they're 2-sided. I opened one here. So you can just pop in your essential oils right into the cap, and then you put the other side of the cap on and you swallow it with some water. And I will say that, you know, if you are going to diffuse, you're going to feel the effects pretty quickly. If you're taking the oils internally, it sometimes takes a little bit more time for the effects to kick in, which is why, you know, 15 to 30 minutes before being around animals is a great time frame. Okay, so that's your Tri-Ease diffusing as well as the soft gels internal. For better night's sleep, these are some great options. Now you can diffuse all of these together if you really want to go for the maximum, or you might just want to try them individually. And some of these oils have a number of oils in them already because they are proprietary blends, such as the Balance, the Serenity, and the Breathe oils. So feel free to experiment. The beautiful thing about essential oils is that it's really hard to go wrong, and you're going to experience some really unique changes. And you might even have a diffuser blend that you love so much, you go into our Facebook group and you share it with others like we all like to do with you. Okay, perfect sleep diffuser blend. Serenity was the incredible proprietary blend that doTERRA created a few years back. And this is really their targeted blend for restful sleep. And it doesn't mean you can't use it during the day if you're feeling some anxious feelings or if you just want to calm down, but it's really targeted for sleep. It will not make you sleepy if you're someone who feels like, oh, I don't want to fall asleep during the day. But if you are feeling unsettled emotionally, you certainly could just, use this oil in the palm of your hand, breathe it in, and get a sense of calm. Now, it does come in an oil that you can use in your diffuser, and we recommend anywhere between 4 to 6 drops. And you can also try the Serenity Restful Complex. It's the soft gels because the oil's not formulated for internal use, but the complex has some wonderful other herbs in there in liquid form that work really, really well for sleep. My cousin had huge, huge shifts with her sleep using the Serenity, and my mom loves using the Serenity soft gels at night. It's really been helpful in letting her have more restful sleep and waking up feeling a little bit more energized. What's really cool too is if you want to try both or just want to have the soft gels on hand, is that if you buy this as a pack, you save some money. So it'll save you about $4.50 at the time of making this training, and you just add them to your cart as the pack instead of adding them in individually. Okay, so let's talk about oils, applying oils to your body. And the reason this is important is because there's an entire science behind human touch and how that releases endorphins that can reduce pain and elevate your mood. And one of my friends actually is a Havenings technique practitioner, which is built all around the science of touch, which is just absolutely incredible therapeutic work. So we're going to talk about dilution, safety tips, and how to make a roller bottle right now. So if you want, you can get out your fractionated coconut oil. We call this FCO for short. And you can get out one of your rollers. You may have purchased them with your kit. And if not, you can add them to your wish list. These are the roller bottles that you may have purchased. They come empty with the stainless steel rollers at the top. And you can also use them with babies, children, the elderly, and animals. I just watched a webinar recently on our veterinary panel and how essential oils are being used with horses and dogs and cats, and they just love, love, love the oils. And you can also use any oil like On Guard or peppermint or deep blue or oregano, cinnamon, and clove. Those are the oils that you're definitely going to want to dilute because they're very potent. You cannot use oregano directly on your skin, and I would not use it in your drinking water unless you were just putting it into a veggie cap and swallowing it that way. Okay, so if you have an oil and you're using it and it happens to get into a sensitive area, you do not want to flush it with water. That's our normal instinct, right? Because water is a universal solvent. But when we're talking about essential oils, if we add water, it actually intensifies it, because oils and water don't mix. So if you do get an oil in your eye, an essential oil in your eye, you just take a dot of your carrier oil. And if you don't have this on hand, you can use olive oil or coconut oil that's not fractionated to dilute like the corner of your eye. Just dot the corner of your eye and blink. But for making rollers, it's important to have the fractionated on hand because the other oils are really too thick. And as we know, the fractionated coconut oil is without the fatty chain, and so it absorbs into the skin very readily. It doesn't have any fragrance, and it's always liquid at room temp. So if you didn't order this cool pump, you can actually buy it for I think a couple bucks, or maybe I forget the price of it, but you can just add it into your shopping list. And then you just screw it into your existing bottle, okay? And so you could just put a couple of pumps of this into your hand and then add your essential oil of choice and then rub that on your skin. The easier way to have your oils on hand is to use the roller bottles, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to dilute those in a moment. So what's really interesting is that without dilution of your essential oils, you're actually not getting the most potent therapeutic effects. You get a 60% increased use of the oil to the bloodstream when you house it in the fractionated coconut oil. The reason for that is because the essential oils are so volatile. Those molecules, as you can see on the left, pop into the air super quickly. without dilution. But when we house the essential oils in the fractionated coconut oil, they absorb into the skin much more readily. We also have more surface coverage this way, which means that you're going to get much more bang for your buck with your essential oils, and we definitely want to support you with that. Okay, so here's some of those reasons to dilute, which I started to cover. If you don't have this in your order, make sure you add it to your next order, to your wish list. It's going to be a necessary item for you. And you're going to be protecting your skin, right? We just want to know, like, our essential oils are so potent. One drop of essential oil can really support all of the systems of the body. And one drop has 40 quintillion molecules, which is it's more molecules than you have cells in your human body. And you can coat every cell in your body, address every cell in your body 10,000 times with one single drop of essential oil. That's how dynamic they are. So we really want to stretch your oils for you. 1 to 2 drops per serving, and saving money, right? And making your oils last longer on the tissue and therefore being more effective. I know when I use my roller with my essential oils diluted and I put the oils on my skin after I come out of the shower, from head to toe, I'm covered, that hours later I could be walking through a store and someone will comment on how good I smell. So that's the benefit of that, of using your FCO. Okay, safety tip. Pay attention if you got distracted. Do not drop your essential oils into your nose or your eyes or into your ears, okay? There are safe ways to use your oils for supporting those areas of your body. So this is a cool one. This is our sinus cup. What you're gonna do if you have some clogged sinuses, eating too much dairy maybe, you wanna talk to me about making some nut milk and getting my vegan ice cream recipe. You can just boil some water, pour it into a cup, and then add 1 to 2 drops of each of the oils here, or maybe just one of them if you don't have all of them yet. Cover your eyes, because again, the aromatic constituents of the oils are going to pop into the air very quickly from the steamy water. And take a towel, lean over the cup, put the towel over your head to kind of create a little bit of a hood, and take some deep inhalations for occasional sinus discomfort, and then you can repeat that as needed. That should open up your sinuses pretty quickly. If you have any kind of inner ear pain, you take 2 drops of basil, 2 drops of lavender, and 2 drops of melaleuca, put it on a cotton ball for any kind of ear pain, and just put the cotton ball right at the top of the ear opening. And you can put a little bit of first aid tape over it so it stays in the ear, and sleep with that overnight. Or if the pain is during the day, you can just sit there during the day, work away with the cotton ball in your ear, and it will fumigate the inner ear canal. It's pretty powerful. As a matter of fact, this is one of the ways we exemplify how affordable and effective our essential oils are, because if at night you are feeling this pain, well, this little dose here of these essential oils is under 75 cents, which means if you woke up in the morning and didn't feel the pain, you would save yourself running to the doctor, save a copay, save the gas, save losing work, save losing time out on precious daytime activities, and all for under $1 if you could just take care of your ear right away at home. Pretty cool. Okay, safety tip. Citrus oils are highly photosensitive. So even if you took a grapefruit and cracked open the skin and rubbed it on your skin, the same chemical constituents that would make your skin highly photosensitive if exposed to the sun are the same constituents that you're exposing yourself to if you were to use your citrus oils on your skin during the summertime. Okay, so don't apply them to your skin and then go out and sit in the garden and pull some weeds or go and do some sunbathing. Not recommended. You can take your citrus oils internally in the summertime, no problem there. But these are the oils that we recommend not using topically if you're going to be out sunbathing or hanging out on a boat. Okay, how to make a roller bottle. Let's talk how to make a roller bottle. If you don't have your roller with you, you can always come back to this webinar. But if you do have your oils with you and your rollers, go grab them. Go grab your roller bottles, grab your FCO, and maybe have all of your oils in front of you. Now, it's almost impossible to mess up a roller, but we're going to give you some safe tips on how to dilute for different ages and it's really, really simple. So you can dilute just one oil in a roller. Let's say you working with me and you want to target some skin issues. Maybe you've got some acne or some blemishes, some breakouts, or maybe you have some itchy skin that's rashy and you want to make a roller with some melaleuca. You can do that. Lavender and melaleuca work really well together as well for those two issues. So no matter what the roller is that you'd like to make, we're going to recommend these ratios based on age. So if you have little ones at home, a quarter of the bottle would be essential oils, a quarter or less. If you've got, and they're 2 years or younger, if they're 2 to 6, you can make the bottle about a third of oils, and then again, filling the rest with FCO. And if they're 6 or older, no more than half of the bottle should really be, well, for the young ones, right? Say 6 to 15, you wouldn't want to have more than half. For adults, if it needed to be a little bit more, that could be okay. But usually you want to consider about half of the bottle, the 10 ml bottle, no more than half of it being essential oils, and then filling the rest with fractionated coconut oil. Any questions on that, you can always check in with us on our Facebook page or with a person who enrolled you. But those are some really simple recommendations for making your rollers. And if you're making a blend, use your intuition, and you can also reach out to the person who enrolled you for some support. Now we're going to give you some added support with some specific issues that we find are very common. So head tension. Peppermint, deep blue, and frankincense work really well for head tension and neck tension. So 3 to 5 drops of each in a roller and adding FCO and applying it to the areas where you have the tension. If it's the temples, if it's more in the scalp area, maybe it's behind the head or on your neck, you can apply it there and just rub it in. It should work in about 5 to 10 minutes. If you have some tummy upset, I know the little ones get tummy upset when they go to these parties and things like that, or maybe they just ate too many cookies. So if you need some support with digestive discomfort, you can use Digest Zen and peppermint together. And peppermint is indigescent, so if you're out of peppermint, it's okay. And what you can do is you can make a roller and you can roll it right on the belly. You can also use the navel as a great access point. It's a really great access point for where all the nerve endings connect. And you can use it aromatically. You can also use it in a veggie cap. Both of these work great in a veggie cap. And so making a roller and just rolling it right on the belly if it's you or a young one, and then just massaging it in with some gentle touch. And if you need to detox and just take a little bit of time for some self-care, this is a great detox bath that we like to recommend. 2 drops of each and using some Epsom salts. You can even put these right in the Epsom salts, which is the most ideal way to do it so that they emulsify well in the water. And you can keep a big mason jar of Epsom salts and then just increase the size or the ratios of oils you use based on how many cups of salt are in that mason jar, and just sprinkle it in your bath. And you'll notice how incredibly therapeutic it feels. Serenity is another great one for bath. I wouldn't use peppermint, deep blue, or any of those kinds of oils that might have like that cooling effect on your body, for the simple reason that when you get out of the bath, you might feel like it's almost impossible to warm up. Okay. If you don't like the scent of melaleuca, you can exchange it out for one of the other tree oils like Douglas fir, Siberian fir. Those are some really great oils that you can use, like clary sage or any of the other floral oils like Lang Lang. Okay, incorporating the oils into the rhythm of life. We really want you to see how powerful your oils are when you're using them on the regular. When I go for a massage, I always bring my deep blue rub because I want to make sure that that gets used. And I don't know what the oils are that they're using, so I'll typically bring a massage oil with some of my own favorite essential oils in the mix for them. And, you know, maybe you want to give your loved ones a little bit of TLC, a little back rub, a little foot rub before they go to bed to feel calm and connected. And also relieving any kind of jaw discomfort, or if you're going to the dentist and you want to numb out a little there, you can massage the oils right into the jawline. Okay, love this. Feeling healthy from the inside out. That's my tagline, right? So let's talk about oils for internal use. A lot of people are nervous about using oils internally, but essential oils have been used for thousands of years, number one. And I would be really tickled if you tried to prove to me that you've never used oils internally, because they are in everything. If you've ever chewed gum, if you've ever had any kind of lemon scented cookie, if you've ever had soda, if you've ever had any kind of cake, if you've ever had any kind of product that says natural flavorings on the label, those are essential oils. Those are food grade. They don't have much therapeutic value. The difference between those and these is that these have an incredibly high therapeutic value. And because doTERRA's essential oils are tested like no other oils in the world, and they are the most trusted, you can bet that you're going to have some really unique experiences with them when you use them on the regular. So we can use them to flavor our salad dressings. We can use them in our mouthwash. And if you're making any gum at home, you can use them that way. But most gums on the market are using inferior grade food flavoring synthetic versions of essential oils. So we want to move away from those. And the protocols that we're going to talk about here are for doTERRA essential oil grade only, certified pure therapeutic grade, because of the testing, okay? So if you're going to add them to water, what you're going to do is just add in typically 1 drop. If you're using peppermint, you might want to use a toothpick, stick it in the top of the bottle and swirl it in your water, because that's a very strong oil, and 1 drop is too potent for many people, and 2 drops is definitely too strong for, I don't know, anyone I know. And the other way you can take your oils internally is in the veggie cap that we already talked about, right? Or you can buy a lot of the oils that we are talking about in soft gel versions. So for example, Digest Zen, if you don't have the oil, or you do have the oil, but you don't want to take it internally in your drinking water because you don't like the flavor, you can buy the soft gel version, or you can just do a DIY soft gel, DIY veggie cap at home. And our Slim and Sassy is also available in soft gel. So if you don't love the flavor of that for any reason, then you can just get the soft gel if you don't want to do the DIY veggie cap at home. And this is a great way to also find, you'll find that you're more hydrated when your water tastes super yummy. One of my favorite blends to put in my water is wild orange and green mandarin. I drink a lot of water when I remember to put those in. Okay, so we want to talk about using small amounts and using them often, because continuous persistence and continuity in any kind of healthcare practice is what's going to yield you the most incredible results, right? So aromatically, it's nearly impossible to overdose on oils because they're super diffused in the air, and we're using them in very small quantities. But when we start talking about internal use, we want to be mindful. So an ideal amount for adults in a capsule is 2 to 4 drops. And in a 24-hour period, we're going to say we probably don't want to use more than 24 drops. Okay, your body will utilize the essential oils pretty quickly and readily, kind of like drinking a veggie juice. It doesn't really house the oils, so they're going to be moving through the body, and you will either, move them out through your urine or otherwise. So you don't have to really worry about overdosing in the 24-hour period, but you shouldn't really need more than 24 drops in that amount of time. Orally is how we're using the oils under our tongue or in our drinking water. And we say 1 to 3 drops at a time. And again, in a 24-hour period, no more than 18 drops. Now, these are recommended dosages. So if you are feeling under the weather, there might be some times when you do hit those numbers or you do go a little bit above. But on a regular basis, we want to be mindful of these being the numbers we be considerate of. And then topically, again, 3 to 6 drops at a time, maybe 1 drop if it's baby, for you seeing the child, ideal amounts to the far right there. And then topically on an adult, no more than 36 drops. Again, your body is moving the oils through. And then you see for children, we're going to take internal use 1 to 2 drops at a time. I wouldn't recommend internal use for babies. I would only recommend that for kids about 8 years and above. Okay. And in a 24-hour period for kiddos, 3 to 12 drops. Okay. We don't put them under the tongue for the children, but we can use them topically, okay? And we can use 1 to 2 drops at a time or diluted in our fractionated coconut oil in our rollers. And then in a 24-hour period, no more than 12 drops at a time, okay? When you're using your oils in your drinking water, you must be drinking them out of some kind of glass or stainless steel or porcelain or porcelain apparatus. Okay, the reason for that is because a lot of the citrus oils specifically have the ability to break down petrochemicals. And so we don't want to be drinking them out of plastic because they will break down those plastics, and we certainly don't want you putting those back into your body. Okay, bye-bye allergies. Here's a great diffuser blend that we were talking about earlier, a little bit earlier. And if you don't have these oils yet, and if you prefer to take the soft gel, then you can add this Tri-Ease right to your wish list. And there's 60 soft gels in there, and the wholesale is $23. I like to just have these on hand. I don't use them every day. I just have them on hand if I'm going to be going somewhere, or if the dust is kicking up on a certain day and my eyes are getting really watery. All right, immune capsule. So here you see the veggie cap. You can see we can use a number of different oils. And if you're really looking to boost your immunity, this is a really great blend that we've found works so well. You'll notice that it has On Guard and oregano. Oregano is not an oil that you're probably going to use every single day because it's pretty spicy, but definitely when you're looking to boost your immunity, maybe before going on a trip, or if you're just starting to feel a little under the weather, 2 drops of each of these oils for any adult. And you could do this every 3 hours of the day for a good 3 to 10 days straight if you needed to, 10 days max, okay? And you're gonna feel a difference probably in about 12 to 24 hours. Wow, how cool is this? If you are having some intestinal backup, if you're not having regular bowel activity, and by the way, if you're not having 3 bowel movements a day, my friend, you are constipated. You should be having a bowel movement for every meal you eat, plus another 1 or 2 movements a day. Yes. And if you want more information on that, you can email me at detox@joycerockwood.com. If that statement has you alarmed and has you passing out, you should definitely email me at detox@joycerockwood.com. And the suppository is really cool. You want to use a little bit of fractionated coconut oil. If it's hard to get it into the little veggie cap, you can buy one of these little squeezer thingies. And it's like a little dropper. They make them out of glass as well. And you can just drop your fractionated coconut oil right into that. You can use some digestin, 1 drop of digestin or cardamom and lavender. You can use 1 drop of each if you'd like, but I wouldn't use more than 1 drop of each, and definitely use your FCO. Put it in your little veggie cap there and then insert it and wait about 15 minutes and it should probably create some movement for you. Throat rescue. These are great lozenges to have for postnasal drip or any kind of sore throat, or if you're going to be doing some public speaking and you just want to open up your breathing passageways and have some extra added immune protection, especially now. And if you're traveling, when you're sucking on this, if you're in a plane or in a train or on a bus, you know that you're getting these essential oils protecting all of your mucosa, so that if you were breathing in something that was unwanted, you have this extra added protection taking care of you. And the ultimate internal use product for improved digestion, hormone regulation, blood pressure, brain fog, pain and inflammation, any kind of vague body discomfort, energy and outlook is, drumroll, the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Want to feel awesome? So this is doTERRA's #1 product. And if that shocks you, that's okay. That's where I was when I found out about it too. And I will just say that if you are not a supplement person, neither was I. This has really been a revolutionary addition to my healthcare practice, for my own practice, as well as for my professional practice. So I use this every single day, and you take 2 of each bottle twice a day with your meals. It's a very simple protocol. This is a daily supplement that really does support whole body wellness. It's antioxidant support for reducing free radical in the body, protecting your DNA, helping you with eye, brain, and nervous system function, liver and digestive health. You're gonna have more energy. I don't work with anyone that ever says doesn't say I would need more energy. Maybe 1 out of 30 people I work with say they have enough energy. So if you want more energy, it's on board. Less discomfort in your body, more immune function, better stress management. Who wants that? better cardiovascular health, and a healthy inflammatory response in the body. And if you're someone who is used to having grown up eating a lot of processed foods, there's probably a high level of inflammation in your body, and the best way to bring it down is this way. And I'll tell you, you know, even if you are eating a mainly plant-based diet, even if you're vegan or vegetarian, our soil just does not deliver the proper nutrients to our food that it did 50 years ago. I was listening to a training and they said that it's probably going to take about 50 apples to equal what the nutrition value of the apples of 50 years ago. Currently, our soil just is unfortunately very grossly robbed of what it should be delivering to us in the form of healthy whole foods. So the first bottle is your Alpha CRS. That's our fancy name for having your antioxidant support for cellular energy and longevity. We are really supporting proper DNA function, proper mitochondrial function, and proper oxygen to your cells. The second bottle is your Microplex VMZ. That's your whole food multivitamin and mineral complex. And that has incredible, beautiful things in the formulation like dandelion, kale, collards, and spinach, all clean items. And then the third bottle has your omegas for healthy hormone response, for healthy brain response, healthy fatty acids, and 9 of the most medicinal essential oils, which usher the micronutrients of the other 2 bottles into your cells for proper support. You will notice that when you take this, that you will not have neon yellow urine, which is awesome, okay? So you know that these things are getting properly absorbed into your body. And if you take it for 30 days, 2 of each bottle, twice a day with meals, and you don't notice a stitch of difference in one area of your most wanted health, with one of your most wanted health goals, you can return the empty bottles to doTERRA for a full money back guarantee with no questions asked. So it's a no risk trial. I highly recommend it because this will be like adding rocket fuel to your health goals. All right. So do you want some frequent flyer miles? I like getting frequent flyer miles when I fly. And what's really cool is that doTERRA has a very similar system for those of you who love the idea of having your oils give you some free stuff so that you can keep adding into your health stream with getting your oils for free, and just, you know, getting rewarded for taking care of yourself is pretty cool, right? So Loyalty Rewards is their program so that you have your ticket to earning frequent flyer miles for your purchases. And it's probably the most generous rewards program I've ever encountered. It might be for you if you love having a rewards card to swipe at every single grocery store in town. Imagine if every time you went into Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or Sprouts or whatever the health food store is near you, and they gave you a percentage back when you made a purchase there. That would be pretty awesome. Well, if you love the idea of earning enough Sky Miles to get a flight completely free, that's pretty awesome. If you use doTERRA oils, if you use their supplements and everyday products enough to purchase at least 1 item a month, like your underarm deodorant, your toothpaste, your mouthwash, things like that. If you want to watch your points add up in a bank and redeem for stuff on your wish list, I know I do that, and it's a really cool program. So let's say that you have your oils and it's a new month and you're ready to get some new things, okay? So when you place your next order, you have 2 options. You have a current account, which gives you 25% off as a wholesale customer. If you opt into this rewards program, and we do a really cool thing where you can do a 3-month trial, there's no price, there's no cost, there's no investment to be on the rewards program. It's totally free. And if you do a 3-month trial, you can get free gifts from us, like the books and things like that, and a free roller blend. If you don't like the program, you can hop off at the end of 3 months. Best thing is that you have these points accumulated that you can redeem for some free things. And there's no penalty for getting off the rewards program. So it's totally no risk. So let's say it's your 2nd month ordering and you place an order of 50 PV. Now that's the requirement to earn points in this program. And what's really cool is that after every 3 months, you are going to increase in your percentage. So if it's the 1st month and you placed a 50 PV order, you get 10% of that back in these really cool free product credits, which is a simple system. So it's 1 point equals $1. Okay, so if you placed a 50 PV order, you would be getting 10% of that back, which would be 5 points or $5 back in your bank, which is kind of cool. Now, in this program, you get a number of other things that are beneficial. So the second benefit of being in this program is that your shipping is reimbursed as well in the form of points. So let's take the least expensive shipping option, which is $3.99. doTERRA is going to put 4 points back in your account. So with those two together, you now have 9 points for a 50 PV order. If you're consistent in this program, after 3 months, you're going to pop up to that 15% mark. At the end of a year, you're going to be earning 30% back. Now, you might actually have orders that are higher than 50 PV, but I'm just giving you the best case scenario because 50 PV is the minimum requirement to earn the points. Now, you can place an order in this rewards program and have it just be 1 PV. There's really a very low obligation to keep your status. Okay, so the obligation in the rewards program is to order 1 product a month. If you want to earn the points, then it has to be the 50 PV or more. Okay, so if you just have a month where you're going to go away and you only want to get some toothpaste to keep it active, perfect, do that, and you'll be fine. Okay, if you want to keep earning points, then you just increase the size of the order for what you might need in your household. So after a year, I mean, $15 back is pretty cool on a 50 PV order. If it's a bigger order and say it's 100 PV, that's $30 back. I mean, could you imagine every time you walked into Whole Foods if they gave you this much back to spend next time on your produce each time you shopped? It would be pretty awesome. I usually say to redeem your points every few months or so, or let them accumulate. They only expire after about a year, but there is a 3-point deduction when you redeem points, and that's taken out as a flat tax. So it's probably sensible to redeem about 50 points at a time. Okay, you can redeem them when you want, but that's my recommendation. Any questions on this? I know it can be a little bit confusing at first. You can always reach out to me if I enrolled you or the person who enrolled you, and we can make sure you feel comfortable in learning a little bit more or understanding any of the questions you have. Okay, so just keep 1 PV in your cart. You can change the order every single month, so you're getting exactly what you need. This is not some kind of like we decide on what you get every month kind of auto ship. It's an auto ship where you get to decide what you and your family need to support the health goals that you have. And like I said, the only requirement to keep it active is to buy 1 thing a month. So you're probably going to run out of something or get something in a month that you didn't have yet, like maybe the shampoo and conditioner or the mouthwash or a lotion or some detergent. Anything that you run out of, you can use your rewards program to purchase it. Okay, the other reason people love the rewards program is because if your order happens to be 125 PV, and you always want to look at the PV, not the dollar amount, it's that little green number in your shopping bag. If you place your order by the 15th of the month, you get a free product, and it's announced on the 1st of every month. It's a new product. We never know it in advance. You will know it as soon as we know it. We will know it as soon as you know it, and it will come automatically shipped in your order. Pretty cool. It's a great way to increase your collection over time for free. So here's how you log in. When you enrolled, you got an email from doTERRA, and if I enrolled you, you likely got a welcome email from me. This is going to be what you see on your computer screen when you go to doTERRA.com. And to log in, you're going to use your member ID number, which again, I sent to you, or the person who enrolled you sent you, or doTERRA sent you. Right now we're at the 9 million mark, so it'll either be a 9 million or a 10 million or an 11 million number. And then you're going to add your password, which again was supplied to you if I or someone enrolled you, or if you enrolled yourself, you would know what that is. And when you're ready to place your first order, you've got 2 options. So this is what you'll see on your screen. That little lavender bar is what shows you how you create a loyalty rewards program template that you can change every single month. And if you don't want to opt into that program and get the shipping reimbursed and potentially get a free product and earn points, you can just create a one-time order. Now, with a one-time order, you will get your wholesale discount. You will not get your shipping reimbursed in full. It'll be reimbursed only 50%. You don't have the option to earn points. and you don't have the option to get the free product of the month, okay? So that's really important to know, because if you really do want to get the points, then you just opt into the rewards program. It's totally free. You can get out of that program at any time without any penalty. You just want to redeem the points you accumulated, or they will disappear, okay? Again, any questions? We know it sometimes takes a little bit of time to get used to this. You can reach out and let us know. Then you're going to select the date. Okay, so if you are listening to this webinar and you've never placed an order yet, you might want to be looking at this webinar on your phone and using your iPad or your computer to go through these steps with me. Once you choose the date, then you can click on the save date and shop, and you can always go back into your account and change the date of your shipping, okay? And you can also ship it on a day that's not highlighted. Once you place everything in your cart and you're ready to roll, there's a process order now button. So even if the date is not an option here, the day that you want the order to ship, you can request that in your shopping bag. Okay, and then you just add the products right to your cart. You're gonna edit your cart each month with new items, unless of course you wanna get the exact same things that you got the previous month. Likely it might be the Lifelong Vitality Pack that's a monthly order, and if you're getting that and you want to replenish, you can just leave it in the cart. But if there's oils that you don't need again, then make sure you add what you want first and then delete what you already did get. And I do it in that order so I can remember, oh, I already got that last month and I know what I don't need. And then just click on the X to remove what you don't need from your cart, okay? Again, make sure it's the PV that you're looking at if you're looking to get the free products. And you can type the items that you want to get right in that quick add by item number or name window at the top, right in your shopping bag, and they'll just add right into your cart, which is really awesome and quick. There's also a way to make sure you're not getting those same items, as I said, every single month. You want to edit that order. You can opt in for free text alerts from doTERRA, and that's right in the settings of your account when you log in. And you'll also get an email reminder 48 hours before the order ships. I like to request that you put a reminder right in your phone so that on the first of every month you can log in, see what the free product is, adjust the things that you need to get, and ship it when you need it. And if it's the free product you do want to get, then make sure it's $125. And if you don't need the order in the earlier part of the month, then you can move it to later. And just, adding those new products, take the previous items out, change your ship date if necessary, ship it right away if you need it right away. And if you've accumulated some points and you want to redeem those, right in your cart, there's a column that lets you know, there's a toggle button that you can click to get a product for free. So if you have the desire to get free frankincense and you have, say, 85 points in your cart, in your accumulated points, frankincense is 69. So you would be able to redeem it. But if you have 85 points in your membership there that you've accumulated and you want to get an oil that's, say, 125, you can't use, you wouldn't be able to get that oil because you can't only apply a portion of those points. Okay, so you can apply those points to a number of different products instead. Okay, so your wish list. Please get your wish list together. The best way to make sure that you are targeting and supporting yourself and focusing on your health priorities is to take committed action and to have a plan and to always be 1 month ahead of the game. So these are some of the items that we reviewed, some of the items that you might not have yet. And you're going to get a free 15 to 30 minute wellness consult with me if you're not in my private coaching program. And that will support you with knowing how to take some next steps and to have some other customized protocols and for us to answer me to answer, or the person who enrolled you to have any, for you to have an option to ask any questions for something that may not have been covered in this presentation, okay? So you can add extra stickers, get those veggie caps going, add the pump for your FCO, get some extra rollers, maybe you wanna make some for friends or give them away at a party, things like that. Okay, monthly ordering tips. You wanna set your date on or before the 15th so you can get the free product of the month. doTERRA is going to send you that email 2 days before. We already talked about that. And you can also set yourself up for those text alerts. And, instead of buying things that have synthetics that are undermining our hormone health and our brain function and our breathing and our digestion and killing our ability to sleep and have enough energy throughout the day, instead of buying those things at Target or through Amazon, wouldn't it be nice to have the safest, most effective tools at your fingertips to reduce that toxic load and earn free points at the same time? Yeah. So if you want to advance in your earnings fast, you're just going to keep with your 50 PV minimum each month and then process your order now or when necessary. Okay, if you are someone who liked the idea of learning more about your oils in this presentation, well, we've got news for you. Good news. You can earn free gifts for learning even more. We have an online continuing education course that is free. Free. Did you hear me? Free. And it's valued at over $400. It's an amazing continuing education course that we have been doing with tremendous success. People are learning so much more about how to take care of themselves so they can go out and be brighter, happier people in this world. And it's an 8-week course. You get one webinar a week. And if you finish the first 4 classes, you have to submit a little password on a Google Doc that we give you. If you finish the first 4 classes, you get a free roller bottle blend. And if you finish all 8, you get a free diffuser. Holla! We give gifts for you learning. How cool is that? So reach out to the person who enrolled you. We have different periods of time when we roll out those classes. So if you're someone who really loves the idea of learning more about your oils, then this is a really perfect option for you. If you have any questions that I did not answer in this presentation, you should reach out to me or the person who enrolled you. I can be reached at detoxcitrusrockwood.com. And it is our pleasure to make sure that you feel completely serviced and supported as you learn more about this incredible, safe, effective, and natural form of healthcare, teaching you how to nourish, detoxify, and rejuvenate your body naturally so you can feel like and look like you are aging in reverse is what I do. Helping you to experience a life of freedom where you get to make the biggest difference in the lives of others is who I am. Thanks for watching.